We'll lie. Okay, there we go. All right. Checking to see. We got 5 people on. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Intuitive Insights in Tarot, with me, Scott. I got a special guest for you today. Hopefully, we're going to learn something about some supplements that could make us, I don't know, Frank says it made him younger, so hopefully it'll make us younger. Before we get into that, I would like to remind people that I am available for private lessons, private sessions. I used to be a teacher, so I used to do lessons. And if you would like to book a reading with me, I put my website in the description. And also, there's a special offer you might want to check out. So if you go and look at my website, click on the page, the special offer, and if you can solve the riddle, you can get the special offer. I'm going to make you work for it this time. It's a little bit fun. Okay, and without further ado, Frank, if you can unmute yourself, come in and introduce yourself to everybody. Hey,
Hello,
Frank.
everyone. I am elated to be here tonight with you all, and actually tomorrow if it's on Scott's side of the world. Thank you, Scott, for having me as a guest. And I had a reading with Scott, I believe it was last week, and I've been following him for some time, and with Honey C. Golden. So it was I couldn't wait to connect with Scott, and we had an amazing session. So I would say if you're interested in having your cards read and seeing what the universe has to tell you, Scott's your man. He's incredible and humble and just what you want from somebody who is helping you navigate your spiritual journey and your questions that you have for the universe. So I hope you take that opportunity to do that hunt that Scott posed out there for you all.
Uh, Thanks for that, Frank. That was very kind of you. Yeah, we had a really good session, and to be honest, I just liked you right away. And so, when we talked about having you on and as a guest to talk about this supplement, I thought, great idea. And so, you're going to tell us about this supplement, and I'm really curious to learn more. But before we do, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your background?
Sure. So I am approaching 60. I'll be 60 in April. And I have several health issues. And back in 2020 is when I kind of really spiritually awoke. And it took my dad passing away, sorry, for me to really wake up myself. And right, right when he passed, it was in March of 2020. We went right into COVID lockdown. And I thought, well, this is just BS. And so I started exploring and following different people and really trying to learn everything I could, to the point I was making myself a little crazy because there's so much out there. So then you really have to pick and choose who you're following and listen to your heart and your higher self is really the best advice, I think.
Absolutely.
Um, and once you got those people that really resonate with you, as does Scott, Honey, and Tarot by Janine, and Catherine Edwards, just Ishmael Perez. And I know they're not for everybody, but find who resonates with you and learn what you can, open your eyes, share your heart, and live your life every day with love and light. So, in regards to the product, I found this product following Catherine Edwards, actually. She's an amazing individual, amazing soul, and I had the pleasure of meeting her in September at an ASEA Global Convention. Now, I just started taking this product back in January. And when I did, I had no vision in my right eye. I lost my vision due to diabetes, macular degeneration. I had went to the retina surgeon in December, and he said, Frank, I think you're probably going to lose your driver's license because you're never going to gain your sight back. And I said to myself, oh no, I'm going to gain my sight back. I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional.
Okay.
Um, so I reached out to Catherine's downline of support and Danielle Matthews, this beautiful woman of the soul. I listened to her story. I listened to a bunch of other people's stories before I made the plunge. And then I got on a call with Danielle, and she connected me as a subscriber. And through this time, this period, taking this product, and I'm going to show you the bottle. It's called the SIA Redox Signaling Supplement. And in very simple terms, what this product does is it allows your cells to do what they need to do. It's a cell signaling supplement. So cells that are not working, they're going to start communicating each other and help each other. And it's all backed by science. ASEA is the only company in the world that has this product that they take simple purified ionized water and sodium chloride and put it through their very proprietary process that's patented and turn it into these molecules that are able to oxidate. And it's redox and oxidate. It changes the chloride and the sodium with negative and positive atoms for the water and the sodium. So you basically drink this. I drink 4 ounces in the morning and 4 ounces the evening on an empty stomach. And so what this product has done for me is it gave me a new zeal in life. I've been using it now since January. I am a diabetic, and I can't say that this product cures diabetes. I can't say it cures anything, but
Yeah.
it helps your body.
Thanks for that. Let's just a disclaimer. We're not giving medical advice. We're not doctors. This is just sharing an experience with a product that Frank likes. Okay, just to,
Yeah, and
for
there
the YouTube watching me right now.
that's correct. And there are medical professionals on YouTube as well that share this product. Dr. David Silverman is part of my team, and he's amazing. I'd say put that into YouTube at your leisure if you want to know more about the product. He shares it all. He had his own personal experience, but back to my experience. So the amount of insulin I had to start taking, I had to reduce the amount of insulin that I was taking because I didn't need it anymore. And guess
Wow.
what? When you don't need insulin, it allows your body to lose weight. I went from 262 at the end of December, and now I'm down to 212. And
Nice.
I'm eating healthy, and with taking the product, you'll find that your taste for things that maybe are not so good for us, and we all have those guilty pleasures, but really your health is the one thing that your priority and focus really you want attention on, because you're going to live the best life you can if your health is good. And jobs, you can get a different job, you can change a lot of things in your life. And right now we rely on medicines to fix our ailments. And that may not always be the most ideal way, because God designed our bodies to heal ourselves. And that's what ASEA Redox does. It allows your body to heal itself. Now, I will share with you that after you start taking it, depending on how toxic your body is, it's going to detox you. So you need to be kind of close to the restroom because you're going to detox. That's the first thing it's going to do. And then it goes to work on whatever it thinks, what your cells need to fix and repair your body, your skin. The company has multiple products, all of which I love sincerely. Now, Scott, and to your beautiful audience, I am not a salesperson. I have never sold a thing in my life, so I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to share my passion for healing through a
Sure.
product that I personally believe in because guess what? I was using this spray bottle because Danielle said, Frank, spray it in your eye. So in February timeframe, I was spraying this in my eye every day. And Scott, I have 20/40 vision. I could see out of my right eye again.
That I
Me,
I'm
the re-
I'm very very interested now because I have glaucoma for one thing,
oh,
but more than that, I have a cataract. Now I don't expect this to heal a cataract, but my vision has really gone downhill recently, and I'll start spraying that stuff in my eyes if it'll do anything.
you know what? It certainly can't hurt to try. There's one
Right.
thing about this product. Number one, it's science backed. Number two, there's no other product like it on the market in the global environment we live in today. There is no allergic reaction because we have these cell molecules in our bodies, everyone. And it is, there is no interaction with any of the current medications that you might be taking. So it's completely safe. And
Hmm.
not only is it safe for us humans, spray it on your plants, spray it on your dog's nose,
Cats, yeah,
put it in
dogs.
give it to your dog and your cat and your animals to drink. Any living being, any living thing that has cells,
Organism, mhm.
this
Right.
product is going to benefit. And I will tell you, I don't have a green thumb either. My partner does, but I don't. And I've sprayed on my plants. I have plants here in my office, and those plants are thriving, and I'm elated because I love plants. I love nature. So
Yeah,
it's good.
that's
It's
cool.
good for anything that has cells.
Now,
Um,
I real quick, I remember you mentioning your mother has the same
yeah,
thing that my mother has, lung
yeah.
cancer.
So before I go to her, let me just tell you about the other thing. So
Mhm.
every single winter, I suffer with bronchitis. And bronchitis is something that you just don't immediately get over, and it kind of knocks you out for a little bit. And you're taking multiple rounds of antibiotics and steroids. This past winter, Scott, was the first winter in decades that I didn't get bronchitis. Why?
Wow.
Because not only am I drinking it and spraying it, and if I want a little refresh, I just refresh and it feels amazing. There is a topical form of this called Renew 28, but the liquid you could put in a mesh nebulizer and
Yeah.
nebulize it,
Yeah.
and that helps get right into your lungs, your sinuses. So my mom in May, I went back home to Chicago to visit my mom, and she was diagnosed with lung cancer. But just last week, she went back for another CT scan, and those nodules, those cells have shrunk because I got her drinking this product and I got her nebulizing every day. I'm not saying it cures anything,
Right.
but it
Yeah.
sure the frick helps.
Yeah.
So because
In this situation with the this individual experience, all you're doing, you're sharing an experience that you had. It seemed to help. We can't say medically, scientifically 100%, but it's anecdotal, and so that's great. Yeah.
Scott, I've worked in the corporate world. I started my 34th year on October 1st. And while it allows me to buy a SIA, live a good life, it doesn't fulfill my heart. So I'm on a new mission. I want to share my passion for healing with the world. And thank you, Scott, for helping me do that through being a guest on your channel. That means a lot to me because if we spread the word out and help people heal, we don't need the big P. We need to see it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, Scott, that's my story. But what I would really, really appreciate from you, you're the tarot master. Tell us what the universe has to say about the use of ASEA.
Yeah,
Don't
that's a great
mind doing
idea.
a reading. Okay. And we'll take any questions, and I'm happy to help anyone. If you want to send me your email address in the chat, I will send you out information so that you can explore. While Scott's preparing the cards, this company, I'm an associate. That means I sign up. It is a multi-level marketing or network marketing type gig because this company doesn't want to advertise. They want to spend the money and they want to spread the word of mouth from people's passion who have witnessed and experienced the healing that I have. So there's no better way. That's free marketing and advertising. And at some point, maybe I'll make a commission and maybe I can quit my job and do this full time and go around the world and help heal people. That would be ideal to me. But in the meantime, I'd love to share that with you. This company provides the amazing amount of resources to help support you in your taking the product, in your marketing the product, whatever you want to do. I would say subscribing to it gets you the best price. Paying retail's a little pricey, but I believe it with my whole heart, Scott. So let's see what the universe tells us about ASEA Redux.
All right, let's take a look.
And one thing while Scott's doing that, I want to share with you that the gel for portion, it's called Renew 28. Renew 28 because in 28 days after using this consistently, your skin's going to look different. You're going to look younger. I guarantee you. There's a whole uh, array of this product that has skincare, but Renew 28, there's a magic of 3 times in 5 minutes applied to your skin where you hurt. Guess what? That pain goes away. I have terrible, debilitating arthritis in my left knee. Boy, I use tubes of this like you wouldn't believe. And again, from the bottom of my heart, I got to tell you, it works. What does the universe tell us, Scott?
Well, I have to say I was a little bit worried about before I did this because I don't know anything about it. It could be snake oil for all I know, right? But you come across very very believable and very honest, and so this is what I got, and I'm quite happy to share this with you. Okay, so first off, we're coming up as the Empress. That this is everybody holds within them the code to be in perfect health, but the externally our bodies are being bombarded by all kinds of toxins and electromagnetic fields and all these other things, and uh, and I love it that the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is literally the building blocks of life of the material world, and so that's exactly what this does. Is this is a way of recombining or combining things with this three here that that fortifies and rebuilds the building blocks of the body, the cells. As I'm looking at this Ace of Pentacles here, I'm actually seeing a cell here. Um, and then this fool tells me it's like it's almost like resetting the playing field. So like the fool starts from zero, and it's able to he's able to start with a clean slate. So I would say that absolutely. I was a little bit worried because, like I said, if this was snake oil, the cards were going to say it was snake oil. But I can
You
tell
know
you
what?
that this is a yes, that this is actually, and it goes along with kind of what you're saying, how these it creates these compounds that the cell uses to build itself. Basically that's what it does, right?
It does.
So absolutely, the cards say yes. This is a a good product. It's not snake oil, and I'm gonna try to get me some. Now, I do remember. I'm not going to talk about the price here, but I do remember when I asked you about it. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of outside my comfort zone." So it is a little bit expensive, right?
It is.
Frank?
It is not. It's not. It's not inexpensive for sure. But I'm taking the maximum amount. I'm taking 8 ounces a day. What's
Mhm.
recommended is 4 ounces. You start with 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces at night, and 2 ounces is basically a shot glass, a shot of whiskey. I mean, it's not a lot, but you want to take that, you want to drink it, you want to hold it in your mouth to get the maximum absorption, and you want to do it on an empty stomach, and you don't want to eat for at least 5 minutes after you drink it. Hold it in your mouth as long as you can to maximize the absorption, and then swallow. So I'm paying in 267 a month because I'm ordering a higher amount because I had some health issues. So I want to use it. Plus, I'm sharing it, and I do 3 tubes of the Renew 28 because I absolutely love this product.
That's
Um,
for the skin.
it's for the skin. Yep, it's for your skin and pain.
Well, it
And
works. You're glowing.
you know, I hope so. And Scott, you said you were a little worried about the cards. Honestly and sincerely, I wasn't worried
You weren't. Yeah,
because
yeah.
I
Because
know
I asked you. I said, "Hey, do you want me to do a cold reading on this? Because I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to spin it to try to sell something. If it
I
says
would
it's snake oil,
never,
I'm going to say it's snake oil.
my integrity would never let that happen.
Trusted
I
you, so good.
and I trusted the universe. Yeah, so it's a simple product. They recently came out with a new pack. It's a packet. It's called Redox Radiance, and it's a dragon fruit flavor. This is natural plant-based collagen. So along with the Renew 28 and this, woo, your skin's gonna glow. I, part of they also have a clay mask in this. Now I'm not into all that glamour stuff, but I have used this clay mask and I love it. I bought my mom and my sister for Mother's Day the whole facial care kit. It's $145 for the cleanser, the toner, the serum, and the moisturizer. I don't think that's an outrageously high cost for a whole skincare system. Um, there's a ton of products. There's a ton of information out there. Redoxmatters.com. Um, Facebook groups like you wouldn't believe. Just put the search in ASEA, and you're gonna have more information. And then real Redox. There's testimonies from all the people. Now this company is in its infancy, and we just need to spread the word, Scott. We need to get humanity healed. We need humanity to heal and to wake up. We need
All
them
right.
to wake up.
Well, I'm with you, and so I don't want to spend too much more time on doing an infomercial. So let's turn over to the viewers and let's see if anybody's got any questions for the cards. Um, so yeah, you don't have to pay to play here. Um, so just but I will take just the questions that I feel like resonate with me. And if you do want to be 100% sure that I'll take your question, then you could put it in the form of a super chat. All right, so let me go to the chat here, and there's not a whole lot of activity going on right now. Marcy Buck says it rejuvenates your cells. So I guess Marcy knows about it. Uh, yeah, and she says the Renew 28 is great for pain. She uses it. Okay, well
It
that's
truly
great.
is. It truly is.
Marcy prays for your eyes to be restored, but you said you did get the vision back in that eye.
I have 20/40 vision in the right eye now. I just went to the retina surgeon last week, and he's blown away. I
That
just
just
hope that he's so inspired that
amazing.
he offers this product to his other patients who are suffering and have eye loss, vision loss. Because I'm telling you, I would have headaches because when you can't see out of one eye, your peripheral vision's all messed up, you're dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
thank you to the powers that be for helping me get my vision back. I'm blessed, truly.
Yeah. Right. Let me see here if I got any. Oh, I get some. Looks like I got some activity on my website already. But how about any of you guys out there? You have any questions for the cards? What about you, Frank? And while we're waiting, do you have anything you'd like to ask the cards that you're not afraid to put out on in the public airwaves for everybody to hear?
You, you know, um, should I pursue this this mission of mine that I feel in my heart? I'd love to know what the cards have to say about that, or is it something that I'm wasting my time on? I mean, I have a love for people and a passion for healing, so I would love to do this and help people. And I pray that people find the finances to afford it if it's something they're interested in. I wish them good fortune, and I manifest that you are able to afford the product. And when you can manifest anything, Scott, right?
Yeah,
So
that's true. I agree.
tell
I
me
believe it.
what do the cards tell me that I should do?
So you're in the you have a 3D job in the corporate world, right?
I
You
do.
can you say who it is you work for? It's a big
I
company.
work for. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I work for Verizon Wireless, a cellular
And you
phone company in the
and you
finance world. I'm a bean counter by nature, an analyst. Um, and I've been doing. I did 10 years in stint as a director in customer service, and I had an opportunity to get my MBA with an online, not an online, an on-site program. So I said, I can easily give up this director job and take on a manager role and make the same money and not be drained emotionally, physically, and everything else
mm,
being a customer service director.
yeah.
And I went back to finance. I started in finance. I'm back in finance, and I got my MBA. And I love my job. I want to say I love my company. I loved my company at one time, but it's the 3D world. I want more.
Right. Yeah, so that's what we're asking here. Would this give you the ability to just cut ties with the corporate world, the 3D world, and still maintain the lifestyle that you've come to enjoy, and also be helping people get healthier at the same time? That sounds like a dream come true for you, really. All
It
right.
would be.
So don't let the death card scare you. Now that's interesting because that came up as the outcome. Yeah, so absolutely. This is it's not only something that you 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 should do or you can do. I think you really need to do this. So at this age and at this time in your life, it's time for you to make a transition out of this 3D world and into something that is more aligned with your higher self. Okay, that's what the lovers are here. And and now we asked about like, you earning money and maintaining your same lifestyle. Every time I ask questions like that, I get these very spiritual cards like money is a thing of the past.
True.
And we cannot be doing things motivated anymore by how wealthy is this going to make me. What you're doing is you're aligning with with your higher self, with your true purpose on this earth. By the way, the Hierophant is also a teacher, and this is also things like the medical industry. So it's like replacing the traditional medical world. But absolutely, I think that your higher self would be rejoicing if you were to take this on as your full-time thing, and it's really something that I believe your soul contract demands it, to be honest with you. Uh,
Okay, that's
that
okay.
yeah, that's what we got here. And you know, another thing is this is like a fluid that you drink, and you notice these women are celebrating with a healthy drink in this case. So I think this is your destiny. I think this is something that you're destined to do, one way or another. So maybe who knows? Maybe that company you work for now won't exist anymore because you know they're one of the big ones, right? And you know that they're probably owned by one of those Vanguard, BlackRock. You know what I mean? They're probably part of the B system because they're communications is one of the
Well,
big
let's just
things.
put it this way: they enforce the jab. Okay, if that tells you anything.
Oh, did
After that, my heart sunk
yeah,
because I believed in it before that, and now my heart is no longer there.
yeah.
At just their response to the whole thing, that
So
that drove
did
me
you
off.
have to acquiesce?
Sort of. I I did too, but I'm doing cleansing that allows that to take care of itself. And you know, we can't. We have to talk very vague on that subject. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing all the right things so that I'm not going to let it win over me. How about that?
That's right. That's right. You know, I got into some very heated rows with people because I was defending people who, like yourself, you're faced with a choice. Give up 30 years or whatever it is, or what if you're a father and you're the only one earning money for your family, and you had this job and they said do this or you're going to be out. Well, I don't think we can't put ourselves in those person's shoes. We should not judge anybody who had to do that thing. I mean, I was willing to become homeless and live on the street, but then I don't have, people depending on me. So anyways, I just want to say don't judge somebody because they had to make
Absolutely
a
not.
difficult choice.
Absolutely not. And let's not judge anybody for anything, for that
No,
matter.
right, right.
In reality, Scott, if you don't have another one, and there's an opportunity, I know there's some folks on here that are family. We lost. I lost a nephew to a violent crime, and I love for those people because you were able to give me a message in my reading from my dad who has passed,
Yeah, that
and
was a
for the
very special
benefit of the
message too.
show, what your connection through the cards for those that have transitioned on. I know they would be very appreciative to hear what my nephew David has to say. If you have time, and there's no other questions.
Oh no, well, hold on. Yeah, let me come back because I did see a question here I wanted to get to. Cute. I had two owls in 2 weeks fly a foot over my head at night in INSC. I guess, is there a message? Okay, owls. Owls are scary. People associate owls with as harbingers of bad news. But,
I don't believe so.
well, yeah, traditionally, like especially like with Native Americans, um, and have you ever seen the movie the the Fifth Kind?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that was kind of it was supposed to be based on true events, but then I think I found out later on that was more like very loosely connected to true events. But in that case, aliens were abducting people, and these were like bad gray aliens, and they would appear as owls to the people. And then, what is it, Bohemian Grove? They have that big owl. So yeah, owls are thought to be not good.
Mysterious. Yeah.
So, Marcy, let's see if you were getting some kind of message from somewhere on these owls. Marcy, the Queen of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Three of Swords in the past. This is the Hermit, your challenge. Boy, that Ace of Pentacles keeps coming up.
And what is the Ace of Pentacles, Scott?
Well, the Ace of Pentacles, Pentacles in general are about the material world. Um, and aces are about new beginnings or new starts. Could be a birth of something. Um, in this case, with the Wheel of Fortune here and Temperance, I'd say that this is actually a good omen for you. Um, it's it's about restoring health. And once again, I mean that like this came up with when we did the reading on ASEA. Balance and also some kind of message. It's like they're a messenger of somebody maybe who's passed away. Right? That's what this is a loss, a deep sorrow for loss for something that could be somebody who's passed away, who's they're sending you a message that your physical well-being is being looked after. All right. So, like all things, I love owls, and I don't think there's anything negative connected with them. But the the cabal love to take these things and twist them and turn them around. In fact, that's what the Wheel of Fortune does. It tries to make good things seem bad and bad things seem good. So this is not uh, a bad omen. If anything, this is telling you that you can expect some kind of physical rebirth, rejuvenation. Could be in the form of money, but it also could be in your your physical body. So, and by the way, like I said, this is coming from someone who's passed away, who's sending you this message. So I'm glad that Marcy, I'm glad that you asked that question because you can remove any idea that this was any type of ill omen. Okay. Okay. Connie says she just got here. What's this about? Connie, you're gonna have to go back and watch the replay. Frank here is very passionate about this health supplement. He's given us anecdotes about how it's helped him and his family members so much, and I'm just giving him an opportunity to share this with you. That's all I'm doing here. Let's see. Patty says this is or Pete. This is Pete Lambrakis, longtime friend of Frank. Oh, Frank, it's a friend of yours. He has
Love
gotten
Pete.
better. He has gotten better looking since I remember. he could not be a better person because his numerous number one in my book. Follow your heart, Frank. Well, that's wonderful, Patty, or Pete. Um,
Thank you, Pete and Patty. Thank you.
yeah, Pete and Patty. Yeah, very kind. Yeah, I don't know, Frank. I just spent an hour and a half with him the other night doing his cards, and but we spent some time talking, and I immediately liked you, Frank.
Yeah,
And
we would hang out and we would be great friends, Scott. I know that. Maybe get in a little trouble together because we might have a couple, two, three, four, five, but we would enjoy our time and friendship. And I am, man, I'm honored to have met you in person, Scott. I mean, well,
well,
through,
yeah,
through
you're
virtually.
kind of hard to meet in person. Um, but I don't get many male clients, and the fact that we're almost the same age, and so I think that puts us, in a category where, we have a lot in common there. Uh, so let's see. Are you in? That's you. Let's see. Hi, Scott. You recently pulled a card on the gender of my daughter's baby. I remember that. It was one card. It was a page of swords. Was I right? You were spot on. That's great. I've been doing tarot cards for 30 years. I've been doing it professionally for 2 years. I've done thousands of spreads, and I'm still always blown away by the accuracy. So that's cool. Yeah, I wanted you to check in. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, there was just one card. There was no interpretation on my part to it. It was a page of swords. That's a boy. Of course, I had a 50-50 chance. So, let's see. Lacey Blue, I've been called to ask if my higher self has a message or anything I'm supposed to focus on. All right, let's take a look. And this is Lacey Blue. Okay, so read this again. Message. Something I'm supposed to focus on. Okay, Lacey, is there something you're supposed to be focused on? All right, Lacey. Five of Pentacles. External, the moon. Past, Eight of Swords. Challenge is Queen of Pentacles. Outcome is the Tower. Wow, the moon and the Tower. Temperance and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Well, I I can't help but to read this like it's for everybody, really. So everybody who's listening here, this Five of Pentacles suits all of us because we are kind of the outsiders of this society that we're in now. Um, and we're supporting each other, we're helping each other through it. It's one thing I love this card when Janine explained it. She said about the time that these cards were coming out that a lot of the pagans were trying to be brought, the Christians were trying to bring them into the church. And if they would give up their pagan ideas, their belief in God, nature gods, and things like that, then they could come into the church and have a warm meal and so forth. But they would rather stick with their belief, what they knew in the core of their hearts to be true, even if that meant being uncomfortable and helping themselves through it. So that's why I say this represents all of us. Um, and right now we're in a kind of a scary place if you were to look at it from the mainstream point of view, right? But there's some military action that's going to bring it all crashing down. That's what I'm seeing here, and this is what we're all expecting. We're expecting this final scare event where the whole world seems to be burning down through war and everything else. But so get ready. That's what your higher self is telling you to do. Get ready for big changes that are coming. And by the way, this is to bring balance back into the universe. I sound like Yoda now, from Star Wars, but we've gotten so out of balance, and so that's what we're doing here. We're bringing things back into balance with temperance. So yeah, I keep getting cards just like this. This is we're about to enter into this time where the beast system is crumbling down. But don't worry, because there is a golden age that is running parallel behind the scenes that's ready to break through this matrix. And if you're one of the people who's watching this and you're awake and aware, don't doubt that you'll be joining. Debbie, Scott, did you see my question? This product would help with macular degeneration. Debbie, I didn't see your question there, but we just had Frank here tell us that's exactly what it helped with you, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's going to cure or heal it, but it helped
For
me.
you. I mean,
And I
that's all you
think,
can talk about. You can only talk about your experience.
right,
Uh, so yeah, Debbie. I don't have to draw cards on that. You mentioned Catherine Edwards, and you said that you might be able to get me a meeting with her.
absolutely.
I just absolutely love Catherine. I used to love watching her and Janine together. Um, I don't know. So many people who are working together and been friends have had these fallings out. I've gone through it. Honey's gone through it. Um,
Love Honey too, by the way. And please tell her I'm in Colorado. I would love to connect with Honey. Because that's how
yeah,
I thought this guy is through Honey.
you should. You should. I mean, you're right there. I'm not. I think she lives a little outside. Like in the
She's in the
mountains.
mountains. Yeah, yeah. But what a phenomenal, lovely human being. The one thing about Catherine that really drew me to her is her love for animals and
Yeah,
what she
right.
does
And I share
with
that.
animals. And Scott, you shared with me that ultimately, if you had the resources, tell us what would you.
Well, I think I will definitely be doing this. I have some foreign bonds that are said to be worth vast fortune, and when that comes through, right. So one of the hardest things for me to adapt to living in Thailand, in Southeast Asia, are the street animals. Especially in Thailand, it's bad. So people just get dogs and they don't put a collar on them. They don't spay and neuter them, and they cats and dogs, and they just go out and fend for themselves. And it's tragic. And it's also dangerous, by the way. A lot of these there are packs of feral dogs, and I'm trying to walk my cute little black and white mutt. You see, Sandy, and I'm having to look over my shoulder all the time because they'll come up in packs, and they're some of these dogs. The Bantang is a Thai breed of dog. They're vicious.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, so it's my dream to, and I can see it in my mind, these sanctuaries where where these dogs can live a safe life, where they're not a threat to anybody. They're out of the elements. They get all the pet care that they need. We need to reduce their numbers through spay and neutering. We need to educate the people That's a big thing.
That's a
Uh,
big thing.
yeah, we need to educate the people, and I don't want to see cats and dogs homeless or suffering in the street anymore. In Thailand, but not just Thailand, Southeast Asia, and the world for that matter. And I know a lot of people share this passion with me. And yeah, that's what if I were king of the world, there would be no unwanted cats or dogs.
I think that's glorious, Scott. And I know some folks have had some specific questions on their health. If I could just share, Scott, the five main areas of that is scientifically proven where ASEA is going to impact you, and it's through the oxidants and reductants that this happens. But the five areas of your health that are going to be impacted in using this product within 120 days is number one, your immune system, inflammatory response down, cardiovascular health. So for the person who asked about their own personal COPD, I would say would be beneficial. But again, we're not doctors, but I'm just telling you scientifically proven what areas digestion and hormone balancing are the five areas that this is going to have a positive impact on your life.
So, Adriana also mentioned your nephew, was it?
That's his sister.
And so sure. Let me. That's a. I have a couple of clients in Chicago, and I mean, we just hear these horror stories about how bad it is, the violence. We can't. I don't want to say the word, um, but the pow pow things. So yeah, let's see. What's your nephew's name?
David.
David.
David Marin.
Okay.
He
How
was
old? How old was he?
he was under 30 when he was taken from us. He was shot and didn't even know. He was had his back turned, and it was
Oh,
a drive-by.
okay.
Tragic.
Don't tell me anymore. Let me see if he has a message for us since he left so suddenly. Now, I'll tell you, sometimes, especially when people have left the Earth plane recently, they have no message. They're still like debriefing or whatever it is.
This was 2017, so
Okay.
it's been a while.
And actually, this Ace of Wands immediately tells me that he does want to send a message. And a friend of mine, who's an astrologer, told me that there are these particular full moons right now that that make it very easy to make these connections with people who have passed away. So absolutely. Um, so first off, he wants everyone to know that this was a life contract or yeah, a soul contract that he agreed to before he was even born. Okay. So so that's why these types of things happen that seem so tragic. It was a random act of violence, right? But this was something that he signed up for. His soul chose to have this experience in this life. However, uh, he didn't waste any time in coming back. So he has uh, reincarnated, and as if you follow my show with Honey, the last show with Honey, you'll know that the reincarnation wheel, the one that sucks people back into the matrix, is broken. So he is reincarnated, but not in this matrix reality. He's in this paradise, this Garden of Eden type of the actual world. that we're all supposed to be living in and that we are entering into. And he's doing work there. I think he's a builder. Um, so some souls have certain jobs, and for him, he's a builder. He's helping to build the new world that we're entering into. Okay, so once again, like I said, the main message, this is almost like don't grieve for me, okay? Because I knew what I was signing up for when I did this. This is his chosen path. He's now doing this wonderful work on creating this new golden age that we're all going to be entering into. And by the way, he's healed from this. Like yes, he died suddenly, and it was a tragedy, but in a way that actually healed karma of his from a previous life as well. Okay. So, you know, this is this is something that we all need to start changing our perspective on death. All right. Uh, all of us are going there. Nobody here gets out alive, to quote Jim Morrison, who, by the way, I believe is still alive and working for the White Hats based on readings I did on him. Um, yeah. So, I mean, it's hard to tell people don't be sad when somebody passes away, but be sad, but don't let it consume you. And you just got to know that there's no endings here. There's only new beginnings. You know, my father passed away in 2011, and he was an atheist, and he didn't believe in that there was anything that happens after you passed away. And I remember I had several conversations with my father about this, and I told him, I said, "You're gonna see, you're gonna be surprised." And sure enough, when he passed away, he started communicating with me telepathically. Okay, I could hear his voice in my head. It wasn't my imagination. It wasn't me grieving. I know, and they were very short messages, but it was, "Scott, you were right. I was wrong. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you." And then all kinds of like supernatural things were happening. His name appeared in a tree about 20 feet up that nobody could have put there. Watches and clocks stopped. I had things happening in my house here in Thailand, the lights going off for no reason, a cat looking at the ceiling, crying and crying and crying. And so even though I knew that there was life after death, this was like a I don't know, a real evidence that showed me. And then I had this dream of him in this palace, and he looked like he was 35 years old. He was wearing a baseball cap. My dad always wore a baseball cap, and he was sitting on a throne of jade, and he was clad in jade, all jade, and he was in a meditative position with one hand up and one hand down, indicate as above, so below. Um, and and he didn't move. He was like, it was almost like he was a deity there, and I he was showing me this is where I am now. And so yeah, I think we really need to change our perspective on how we think about when people pass away.
because we'll be joined with them at the right time, right?
Yeah, yeah, we're we're all going to be in this fifth dimensional state, right? Let me come back to the chat here. And you know what, Frank? I think we're going to wrap it up. This is coming up on an hour. Um, I want to thank you for your very heartfelt, emotional testimony today. That
Thank
was
you,
beautiful.
Scott, for the opportunity to share that. that passion and that testimony, and I just want to help. I put my
Well,
email in the chat if anyone's interested. And
your website is in the description
okay,
also.
great, great. Thank you.
They can find you there. Hey, how do you like that thumbnail I made for this show?
I love it. It was awesome. Thank you. I was
I
like, oh
actually
my
actually
God.
really enjoyed doing that last night. I don't know, I was watching something that was uninteresting and I started thinking about, we needed a good banner. I asked you for some pictures, and what you sent me, frankly, was not suitable for my purpose. So I went and I looked you up on Facebook. I found you. I screenshotted a picture. It's funny in that picture of you in the thumbnail, you were with a bunch of other people, family, I assume friends, family, and you're so happy. And so I cropped you out, and then I animated, or I gave you a look of like a sketch to match mine, and I stuck you in there that picture of the golden age that's coming.
It
By the
looked like it
way,
was professionally done, Scott. I'm so thankful.
yeah, as I was saying, I ended up spending like a couple hours working on it, and I was really happy with it. And I went ahead and posted. I didn't get your permission yet to get that photograph, but I trusted that you would be okay with it. So, uh, by the way, I want to mention that what you see in the background on the thumbnail, that is a piece of art that I had as a poster on my wall when right after I had gone through my experience, because I had an epiphany when I was 19 years old that I was living in the end times and that I was meant to be here to assist people at this time. And I'm so amazed that that prophecy that I received, like it came as a telepathic message from my higher self, is coming true. And it just blows me away. But that poster, I was in a Walmart and I saw that poster and I thought, oh, this is what the golden age is going to look like. So I bought that poster and I had it for years and years and years. And you would look at it and I would meditate it and I was trying to manifest the golden age through that picture. And then, of course, the poster fell apart over the years, and I lost it. And then in a Telegram group, somebody posted that picture. Wow, that's the image that I had for all those years that I used to focus my attention on to try to
Wow.
manifest. And it just kind of came back to me through the internet. So I copied it and I've been using it as a background for my YouTube videos. Debbie says, me again, Scott, is Sky Prince correct in saying that the med beds will, I can't see that word, available at the end of this year? I've done so many readings on med beds that I can tell you that that rings true with me. It's definitely a possibility. Okay. Um, okay, so I think we're gonna end it there, Frank. Thank you very much for sharing with us today, and I hope good things come from it, come for you and everybody listening.
And right back to you and to all your viewers. And I hope that everyone is able to get the answers they need. And for those of my friends that I shared with, I hope they're contacting you soon, Scott, for their own personal reading.
Oh, yeah, I would love it. That would be great. Um, okay, well, good. Let me see. Good night, Frank, over there, and you're in California, right?
I'm in Colorado.
Colorado. That's where I made the mistake on the time. I was thinking you were in Pacific time.
No
That's why
worries.
that's why you showed up an hour early. All
Yeah.
right. So yeah. Thanks for being here and good night, everybody. Everybody have a blessed, wonderful night. Be the best
Thank you,
version of
everyone.
yourself you can be. Find joy in the little things and be blessed, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, Scott. Good
Frank,
night.
you hang on just a minute. I'll talk to you off the at the end. All right, okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.